So hey, it's Tenma, and I am back to talk to you about the Toku stuff that I want to vlog about, because I am a dork. And this started with talking with Bard Phrases and his partner, But You Might. And I almost said their real names. I don't know if they're cool with it, so. But Borrowed Phrases and But You Might. They've been kind of pushing me into the American side. Because I've been, not the American side, the Japanese side. Because I've been into a lot into the American side, just kind of wading in the shallow end of the Japanese side. Obviously my name, I've been using this handle for a while, it's Tenma Ranger. It comes from Gosei Sentai Dai Ranger. It's the blue one. Shoji. The blue one, Shoji. I know, that was great. But, Shoji. So, I've obviously had my dips in it, but I've never fully immersed in it, and they pretty much are making me fully emerge in it. A lot of it has to do with the fact that I have completed watching not almost all, I've watched all the seasons of Power Rangers. I don't know why I said almost all. I'm like, no, you've watched all of them. I have a life and a fiance, and I still have watched all of Power Rangers. I know I'm a loser, and so I'm done with that. There's not much else to watch from that. So I've been dipping into Kamen Rider, and on all that. So they've been putting in. I've been talking with them, and this is where this is coming from. But I'm currently, I just finished Shinkanger. And I'm like waiting for my torrents to be finished with the others, because this is fan subbed. I really have no other way to get it, and I'm sorry, but it's fan subbed, and I'm waiting for my torrents for Dai Ranger, because I need to finish watching Dai Ranger. I finally found a complete set, so I'm happy. And I'm watching Go Busters under the recommendation of But You Might. I've been enjoying that. And so I've been downloading those, and I'm like, I'm drinking, I'm like, I want to watch some Toku. Why don't I watch Samurai, Power Rangers Samurai, because I just finished watching, Shinkanger, which is where the adaptation comes from. So a lot of the things are still fresh in my mind. It can, pinpoint episodes and all that. And Current Gen has been my favorite, and I just couldn't put my finger on it. Other than, the usual suspects, oh, the bad acting, oh, the bad writing, oh, it's too much like the Sentai. And for I'm with Linkara on this, that's not an excuse to hate a season. Samurai, however, it's a good excuse. I can get into that in another video. Long story short, it's really adapting something that is very Japanese, so it comes off as off. But, the normal indicators of that. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's what a lot of people don't like about certain seasons. But it finally clicked with me after that, and watching a promo for Super Mega Force. And what happened was, it was just like, God, these people, they don't act like people. Their dialogue is not like people. This is watered down Mary Sue cookie cutter of what an ideal person should be. There is no substance or depth to them. And I know, I'm complaining, it's a Power Ranger show. But I can give you a lot of characters in Power Rangers that have substance and depth to them. It's an old franchise. But it's what's going on with it right now. It's like, God, it's painful. Like, who speaks like that? Who talks like that? Who interacts with their world like that? Who interacts with people like that? Especially two people that are opposing of each other. They should be butting heads more. Samurai has a great example with the Sentai counterparts, with the counterparts that they have in the Sentai. And that is, excuse me if I'm butchering his name. His name is very Japanese. But, Blue, Ryunosuke, he's traditional. He's from the very traditional, kabuki upbringing. He's very much into traditional Japanese values. He's into being a retainer and a samurai, for being a retainer for his lord, a samurai for his lord. He's into that. And then you have Chiaki, who's the Green Ranger, and he's more represents modern Japan, kind of more in the I don't care about that. And why should I follow this guy? You know, I just met him. So, and kind of the more starting to be more influenced by an individualistic culture. So you have those two clashing, and while they're friends, they oftentimes still get along. And then you kind of have that in Samurai with Kevin and Mike, who the two kind of opposites there. Mike's the fun-loving guy who it's implied he just graduated high school, but even then, you know, he was always fun-loving, playing video games, skateboarding, all that stuff. He loves that. He loves the party. And then you have Kevin, who is, I am disciplined and training for the Olympics for swimming and training to be a samurai and all this stuff. And they butt heads, but not as often. They're just like, oh, you feel sad. Well, I feel sad. Oh, it's okay. And that's how everyone acts. It's like, are you sad? Yes. Instead of, well, what's wrong? Or, I don't want to talk to this person. They don't interact like people. It's Stepfordish. It's creepy. Even Double is so currently in Megaforce, where I think the reason why the writing was terrible in that, they were just like, we really want the Gokaiger footage. Fuck everything. You know, they just rushed through that season. Nobody's developed in it at all. They're just husks of people. I hate to laugh at that, but they kind of come off as just husks of people. They're not interesting, and they're not really interacting, and then all it is just like, we gotta do something to save the world, yay! And I'm like, wow, no wonder the acting feels off. The actors who are new to the screen acting and everything, they're trying to convey this clunky dialogue and these barely their characters into a person, and they don't really have much to work with. So I feel bad for them. So and that's the thing. But, you know, the argument goes, well, it's a kid's show. And there is the problem with it. It's a kid's show. It can be like that. No. There are plenty of well-written kid shows. My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, there is a reason why it is so popular. It is because it is well-written. It is very funny how 6 young adult mares they are horses. They are talking anthropomorphic horses, are more relatable characters and seem more human than the human characters of the current gen of Power Rangers. They are more human. You know, and you know, I can name a bunch of them. Most of them are animated. You know, you have Powerpuff Girls. A lot of people love Powerpuff Girls. You know, I still watch Powerpuff Girls, and I still get a laugh out of it. As I did when I was younger. And then, you know, there's Kim Possible. That was a really good one. There were certain seasons of Power Rangers that were really good and really had that complexity. You had for the ones that people love and defend, you have In Space, you have Time Force, and you have RPM. Excuse me. All of those, the people really defend them. And, you know, you have Adventure Time, you know, and the regular show. You have so many of these kid shows that show you can have these good writing and complex people that actually react realistically and seem like people, then to say, oh, it's a kid show, so it should be dumb writing. It should be stupid. That's your first mistake. And the fact that it is happening with a franchise that has been known to either be mediocre about it or actually hit it on the head, it's really sad. And it really is sad that, you know, especially after such a high point like RPM, you know, you ended on RPM, and then this is happening. It's like, really? We went from RPM to this. So, that, you know, that is kind of my current problem with current gen. And if you like current gen, that's cool. You can do that. I'm not gonna hate you. I'm not gonna say you're stupid for liking it. Every season of Power Rangers has its fans, and that's something most people don't realize. But no, if you like current gen, all for you. But I'm not, and it's kind of my main reason of why not. On top of a lot of other things, the writing and the execution of it has been kind of disappointing. It's been paint by numbers. It's been synthetic. It's not been good. And then, so that's my talking point for this vlog. Next vlog will be about dark elements in the Toku genre, and how dark does not necessarily mean mature. Until next time, folks, I am Tenma, and I will see you later.